Hold on, guys. I'm trying to get this actual link. Hold up. Oh, there it is. Alright. I had to grab this so I can post it on my Discord. If I can bring up Discord now. I got so many windows. I need more than 2 monitors. I need to get back to 3 monitors. Alright, so okay, let me go back to this and get this back up again. Alright guys, so today I'm actually going to be going over rank perks to pay for the server and just to get that expense off of my back. It's not a big expense, but right now I don't need any other expenses. So I'm basically just going to be going over the different rank perks and how to initiate the commands, because they're not exactly well, the plugin that I have running the commands and the perks are not the easiest. So anyways, let me see, what perk do I have my players set at this time? So let me see. Alright, right now I have VIP, which is the first level of ranks. There's 3 ranks. So let me try to go through these ranks. And see if I can kind of cover all of them. Well, I don't even have anything on my head that I can put on as a, let's see, put a diamond. So most of the ranks are driven by commands. I should say the perks are driven by commands, and almost every one of them starts with CMI. So in VIP there's CMI hat, and it will, whatever you have in your hotbar, CMI hat, and then you're wearing whatever you have in your hand. So that's pretty easy, and everything else is going to be pretty much, or a lot of the commands are going to be like that. So let me go out here and do this one. CMI sit. Oh, that's not a good that's not a good thing. Somebody needs to sleep. It's horrible. Well, I'll just do it right here on the floor. CMI sit. It'll let you sit wherever you're at, on a stair or whatever. So, as you can see, my player's sitting down. It's kind of cool. But, and then you would just hit shift, just like you're dismounting like an animal. Then there's Nick, which is pretty easy, but it's Nick, CMI Nick, and then whatever you want. Dr. Feelgood. And so now, oh, it doesn't show it in tab right now, but if I do, say test, you'll see that now my username showing up as my nick. And then you would just do the reverse, or I should say you would just set it back. And then I'm back. So like I said, everything is like driven by CMI commands. So that was Nick. Scene is pretty easy. Basically, just if you have a friend on and you want to know the last time that person was on, and it does not have to be a person that's on right now. So this person's not been on, and he's not on right now. And it'll tell you he's been off for 8 days. Okay, so that's an easy one. Recipe works in 2 different ways. You could have CMI recipe, and if you name an actual block like grindstone, it'll show you the recipe. Otherwise, you could actually have an item in your hand, do the same command, and it'll tell you how to build that. So that's an easy one. Then you have glow, Cmi glow, and then that makes your character glow. Not a big deal. And you do the same command over again to turn it off. And then there is basically just the CMI kit, and then whatever kit you have. And as you've seen, I had nothing in my inventory, so let's see. So this is the kit. It's nothing. I mean, this is the lowest level. It was not including this diamond. So seems that this is just the lowest level. Don't want to do anything. Well, there is no OP stuff, so it's just all unbreaking stuff, and then a totem and some food, and that's pretty much all that there is to the VIP. It's basically just a way to help pay for the server. So now I have to change my player's rank, which is going to take a minute because I actually have to bring up my control player and change stuff. Wait a minute. Oh, it's... So hold on, I gotta change where my player's actually at. Put them into MVP. And then LP reload. Let's do a CMI reload. So let's see. Alright, so now my player is MVP, and I need to get rid of this stuff that I have on me. So let's just throw all this stuff over in a chest, and I'll destroy it later. So with MVP, you have the VIP commands, and then let's see what else you have. You have, let's see, well, this will be a hard one to, let me see if I have. Alright, here's a good, this is my shop, so condense. So say you have any type of thing that can be condensed into something bigger. So it's CMI condense, and as you can see, it took the blocks that could be condensed, or whatever item that can be condensed, it made blocks out of them, and then, you know, the spares. So that's condensed. Then you have CMI Workbench, which is pretty much self-explanatory. Brings up a workbench wherever you're at, like a virtual workbench. Then you have CMI Ender, which brings up your Ender chest, so you can do whatever you want on the fly. You don't have to have an Ender chest there. So that's pretty cool. So you got an Ender chest available by command. Let me see. Oh, I don't want to do this one because I got 60 levels. There is death coordinates. So if I was to die, basically with this rank, it would show me where my death coordinates are so I can get back to it. I don't want to do that because I actually have to die in order to do that. Let me see what else. Near, if I was to do Cmi near, if there's anybody around me, but there's nobody around, it would tell me. Then I actually need to go to, and this, let me see, we're gonna have to take a little run because this command does not have anything to do with teleport. Well, there is no teleporting as far as TP. There is at the top rank. Actually, let me see. This does actually have spawn and back. So let's just do this. Let me run through the nether, run to my house, grab a... Oh man, I hope I do not... For some reason, pigmen are Argo a lot of the time. So it would be a good thing right now to have access to my ender chest because I have nothing on me. So if there's pigmen that are Argo, then I'm gonna have to bring up my ender chest so I can get a weapon. Because I actually have... Ooh, I ain't got nothing on whatsoever. That would suck. So we're just running down this main hall, trying to get to my... Gotta love the lighting glitches in 1.14. Still have not fixed that. Oh, there's my tunnel. Alright, so... Yes, I can roll it back a few minutes if I choose to. Alright, so... Ooh, and my player's like starving. But anyways, let's get to my house. So I can show you basically a backpack and how that works. Come on. Alright. And my player's now like super slow because he's starving. Okay, so let me get to my house. This is taking forever. Alright, so let me see. Okay, there's an ender chest right there. Wait, not an ender chest. What am I talking about? There's a shulker box. And let's just grab some steak because I need food anyways. And another real cool, I do really like this command. So, if you have a shulker box, you can have it as a backpack. And all you do is you hold down the shift and then right click. And then it brings up your shulker box, which you can interact with without taking it out of your inventory and placing it. So basically, come over here, shift, right click, pull this back out, and bam. And that's how basically the backpack works. Pretty simple, but I had to have a backpack actually in my inventory to show you. And the last one is basically customizable. Let's see, customizable armor stands, which I don't have one, so I'll have to give myself one. Where are they? They're under here. Alright, so there's one. So basically I'm just gonna put it down. So as a player, you can just do Cmi armor stand, and you can do all kinds of adjustments to it. You can put armor on it and heads on it and all this and that. You can change all the positions, so you can kind of make different pseudo players, stationary players, if you want to like do a little scene around you. And And that basically is how that works. And go back in and readjust it. It's just a novelty pretty much. Let's see, what is this? This is left leg. So as you can see, it's moving the leg. So basically that's how armor stands work. Pretty simple. Like I said, most of these commands are initiated by CMI beforehand. Alright, so now that I went over that, I'll get rid of this, and then do the CMI kit and MVP, and we'll look at what MVP gets. So you get basically better. This is all iron, and as you can see, the enchants that come on there. So it'll get you started real well. The sword's actually pretty good. And then you get an ender chest, a backpack, because this is where the backpacks begin. Give you some armor stands to start out with, a totem of undying, and then a little bit of food. Let me see. The VIP, you can... There's a 2-day cooldown. This has a 4-day cooldown. And that's pretty much the MVP. And let me get rid of this stuff. And then change my player again. I'm going to get wrecked if I go out here. So let me see if I can just throw all this stuff away. Burn it up. Because I don't have clear. So I'll get rid of this. I'm going to keep that in that and take the lava back up and fill that back in. And get rid of the lava bucket. So let me see. So my player's back to having nothing. And I will go back in and edit. Let's see. The player again. And let me see. I'm on that. And put into Legend, which is the top rank. It's got the most perks. So LP. Alright, so now my player should be Legend. So as far as Legend, you get warp access, which is CMI, warp, and then the warps that are set up right now, which there's going to be more, but let's say End World. And there is like a small warm-up. And here would be how you could use back, which is included in MVP, where you could do CMI back. See, if you do just back, it doesn't work. You gotta do CMI back. And that MVP has back. MVP also has /CMI spawn. Forgot to go over them too, but anyways. Let me see. Then you have home sets. Let's see. Let me go somewhere. Let's see, what are my home sets right now? See my homes. So there's a cooldown. It's kind of weird. There's a cooldown that it gives you your homes. There's 6 home sets that you could have possibility of. So let's go back to the store. And basically that's how the home sets work. And to set a home, Cmi set home and then a home name. Obviously, pretty simple. And delete home. Besides that, you have the ability with this rank to harvest spawners, silk touch spawners. So I would have to, let me see, give I don't know if that's gonna work. Alright. Give one spawn bet. Nope. Well, that was wrong. I didn't want a spawn egg. So let me give myself. Give myself a spawner. And then I'm gonna give him a spawner. So normally, obviously, you cannot pick up or put down spawners, but with this rank you can. And I need to go get my silk touch. Don't try to do it without a silk touch. But if you have a silk touch, then you can harvest spawners and place them back down, which you cannot do. This is the only rank that can do that. And the last thing, which I will have a very hard time let's see. Well, I actually need to put on some put on some armor because I will get killed. Is this Electrifly? And I can't fly with Electra worth of crap. Oh, and it's nighttime. Nobody's sleeping, really? I don't know why nobody's sleeping. I can go out there and get wrecked. But anyways, now that I got home, see am I home? And if I do direct commands and don't have to look for that interface because I just did homes, if I do direct, then it's just got the 4-second cooldown. Yeah, I'm going to sleep. So let me sleep here, and then I'll try to go outside and see if I can get my character up in the air to fly. Okay. Now, I suck at Electroflight. I have a hard time. Alright, so first of all, the way that it works, and this is only available in this legend rank, is first of all, you have a pair of Electra on. You have to have a feather in your hand. A feather helps you fly. Now, if you hold down the shift button, and then hold down the right mouse button, it charges up your Electra. And then if you let go of the shift button, it launches you up in the air. Now, the key is, if you are quick enough or skilled enough, that when it launches you up, you can open up your Electra and start flying. And I never get this right. I always... nope, can't do it. I suck at Electra launch. Let me try to see if I can get it if I go to a different... Alright, so you can see shift and so what it does is when you let go of the shift, it launches you up, and then you have to hit the shift button in order to, not shift, the space bar is what, yeah, spacebar is what opens your Electra. But like I said, I have no skills with Electroflight, so this is not a good demonstration. But I'm holding shift down, and I'm holding my right mouse button down, and when I let go of shift, it launches me up in the air. So, oh, there we go. I got it. Ooh, yeah. Alright, so now this eats up XP in order to fly. Alright, this is normal flight. And then when I right click on the shift button, now I have speed, as you can see with the particles behind me. This is like normal Electroflight. This is using the feather to get a, you know, faster Electroflight. But then check this out. When you're in there, if you hold down the shift button, then that turns to fire behind you, and you get crazy cool flight. So this is awesome. So this is by far my favorite. When I can get up in the air, is flying with this Electra right here. I said you need the feather. Holding the right click down helps you fly faster, and then hit the shift button and it gives you a boost, and you can go to some crazy heights. I mean, so high that you gotta watch that you don't do a loop and end up crashing. Where is my... Man, there's a lot of pillagers around. Look at all these pillagers. Trying to find my base, which is not this way. Okay, my base is over here. And you actually can do barrel rolls. And as you can see, it is slowly eating up my XP. So what I do is I go to the Enderman Xp Farm and get a whole bunch of XP, and then you can pretty much fly with the boost as much as you want. Woohoo! And obviously this is way faster than normal Electroflight. Alright, let me see if I can land without crashing too bad. But what's cool is what I call the Superman takeoff. If you can master that. Like I said, it's holding the shift button down, holding the right mouse button down, and then letting go of the shift button launches you up. And then you have to be able to open your Electra while you're doing that, which I am horribly... Oh, there, I got it. Woohoo! So then you can like take off almost like Superman. No rockets needed, no nothing. I don't even know how far. Ooh. 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 Yeah, you gotta be careful because you almost do like a barrel or a total flip-flop. So, anyways, that was the Electra, which is like my favorite, besides silk spawners. Let me go back and get rid of this stuff. Well, get rid of that. Get rid of that. And get rid of all this. So I can show you actually what's in the kit. Because the kit is... There's nothing OP. It's all legit stuff that you can fabricate. There's no like Unbreaking 5 or 6 or wherever. So let's see, CMI kit, legendary. Alright, so let's see what we get. Now, if you're careful with this stuff, this will last you forever, because it's got mending on it. So as you can see, mending, aqua affinity, protection 4, respiration 3. Same thing, we got projectile and protection, because you can stack in 1.14. Unbreaking, mending, blast protection, projectile protection, unbreaking 3. Over here we got feather falling 4, fire protection 4, which helps with lava, mending, protection 4, and unbreaking. Then with this kit you do get a pair of Electra, which has got mending on them and unbreaking on it, so you can, and you get a feather, so you can get right started. Just need to get yourself some XP. You get an ender chest, and then the sword is basically, what I did is, these are all duplicates fabricated over my personal stuff that I built in the world, and I was like, this is really good stuff, so that's what I fabricate them. So obviously the sword's got pretty much a god sword, and the pick is efficiency 5, fortune 3, mending. And what I did, instead of giving like 2 picks, it's like you get a fortune pick and you get a silk touch book. So as soon as you get some diamonds, you can go ahead and fabricate yourself a silk touch. And then we got efficiency 5 and unbreaking 3 for both the axe and the shovel. A backpack, 6 armor stands. The other one had 4, so you got a couple more armor stands, a totem of undying, and a little bit more food. And that is basically what the legendary. And this, because of how well built this is, because I've had my set of, because you can see over here, if I can open up my chest here, got lag on it. If you can see, this is exactly, well, besides that, I just pretty much renamed stuff, duplicated and renamed it for, and I've had this equipment for about a month now. One set. I'm very careful because you can die, but it is so well built that you can fall in lava as long as you can get yourself out within. You actually get quite a bit of time in lava. Lava does less damage than like getting attacked by like a wither or something like that. But that was the legendary kit. Or I should say legendary rank. I'm gonna give all this stuff back because I already have my own stuff. So I'll get rid of all this. Give it back to come over here and just clear him. Alright, and actually I can just log him out and then put my own stuff back on, which is a little bit damaged but not too bad. Just need to go to an XP farm and fix this stuff, and I can do that by simply Cmi warp. And see, I need to let's see, replace the warp. Well, sometimes it will take you there and sometimes it'll say that it's not safe to go there. Let's see what it does here. So I don't know if the server's kind of lagging because it should have transported me there. Oh, it was I moved after it. I'm not moving. Okay, so basically it's saying it's unsafe. So I gotta reset the warp. So let me just go to Cmi warp and just go to the end world, because that is where you enter the end at, so I don't have to walk there, and just turn around, and over here is our end farm. So there's not going to be a whole lot of warp set up, because I don't want this to be some like OP server, but there's going to be like shortcuts to certain like farms. You know, you already got spawn and home and all that, but some places, you know, like Skeleton Farm and a couple different farms will be doing like warps too. So let's see. Looks like a lighting glitch is going on here. Well, not really. But anyways, so how many people are on? Alright, there we go. So you can repair your stuff and get your XP for your Electroflight. Right there. Repair your stuff. So basically the equipment that comes in the legendary rank, all you gotta do is come over here. As long as you don't lose it in like the void or something like that. So I don't know if they're watching. Anyways. So you can just sit here and quickly fix all your stuff. So anyways, I think I'm gonna just end this live cast because it pretty much, oh, I wasn't even watching the screen, sorry about that. When you go to the stronghold, right when you get into, let me show you. When I do Cmi warp end world, let me do this, which you can't do the warp unless you have this rank. Ooh, I almost looked up. When you go through the stronghold and you go into the end portal, you're spawned right here. All you gotta do is turn around and go down there. And the stronghold is in the blue tunnel. So it's as simple as that. The only thing that warp gets you is it gets you there faster, so you don't gotta run as much. It's just a thank you perk for people that help. Oh god, I hope we didn't have this stuff on them. So, but I'm gonna put, like I said, more warps in here as time goes by to real key things. But the whole thing about ranks on here, because I don't want this to be and it's not meant to be a pay to play server. It's just that I don't want to have to come out of my pocket anymore to cover the cost of the server. You know, I just want a server for people to have fun on, for it not to be OP. You know, but I just don't want to pay. And then if enough people ended up, you know, eventually, whatever, donating, then we will seek out a better host, and you know, that can handle more players, because 1.14 is horrible, absolutely horrible on resources. You pretty much need a dedicated server, and those cost ungodly amounts. Nothing I'm willing to pay. But if there was enough donors, then we could, as a community, basically pay for it. But you know, the only reason like I said, I introduced ranks is because of wanting to take the cost out of my pocket for paying for the server, and kind of but reward people that put their hard-earned money, you know, out there, but not making it so OP that you know, that it's just like, oh, that's so unfair. pretty much the controversial thing probably is going to be the silk spawners. And I went back and forth about that, whether I should put that in there or not. But I ended up doing it just because that rank costs $30. So, you know, if somebody pays $30, I feel that basically they should have that ability. But there are no spawners that you can buy. There's no, like, server shop or anything like that, so you can't, like, buy spawners and stuff like that. But if you come across one, you know, and you do have this rank, then you will be able to pick up the spawner and then put it back down wherever you choose. And my dog is going crazy. So I am going to get off of here and find out what's going on. Alright guys, take care.